Welcome back, everyone, to Issues of Faith. So happy to have with us Bishop Marcus Campbell talking about his turn from a gang member to a bishop who is running a program that helps young people all across Nashville. We were talking about your progression. Your first sermon after this kind of difficult life, you gave a sermon in 1998. 10 years later, obviously it went well, the sermon. 10 years later, you've started Gentlemen Not Gangsters.
Yes, sir.
So set up what is Gentlemen Not Gangsters.
It's a juvenile program to try to help divert kids from being repeat offenders, going in and out of detention or going to the pen. We try to eliminate the prison to pipeline that we have going on. And it's a program to just help kids know who they are, point them in the direction that they need to be pointed in, that they can be successful and be whatever they put their mind to be. That's pretty much what gang is. We have a slogan. We said, if we can change your mind, we can change your grind.
If we can change your mind, we can change your grind. How many kids are in there?
We probably get 10 to 22 kids per class, and we probably done serviced over maybe 400 kids in all of these years. Yes, sir.
And the first thing, so let's say somebody comes in there, what happens? Do they want to be there? Do they have to ask to be there? Are you sometimes getting people that, you know, what's kind of the mindset of who you're getting, and what is the first thing you're wanting to do when they come in?
Gang is a real different program for the simple fact that we are tied in with juvenile court. The GRIP court is called Gang Resistance Intervention Prevention Court. They refer kids to the program because we actually their first tier of their probation. But I have parents that either inbox me on Facebook or they call me or stop by and say, hey, I know you do a lot with the kids. I need you to mentor my child. I think they're going down the wrong path. Can you please help me, you know? And I'll say, yeah. So we got, as I call them, walk-ins, as well as those that are coming through court that are on probation and they have to be there. And we have an orientation with juvenile court where we let them know what the program's about, what we expect out of the child, what we expect out of the parent for the next 12 weeks. For each week, we have a subject that we talk about. We call it the C curriculum, where we deal with classification, character change, confession, currency, community, competition, conflict and interest, trauma, you name it, we talk about it. And we bring in certain people along the way of classes to talk about their life experience, what happened, where they are, from lawyers, doctors, policemen, ex-gang members that are still gang members, but they're got their own business trying to teach their people growth and development. Vanderbilt trauma doctors come in and talk to them about what they see when they're wheeled in with bullet holes all in them. You know, the funeral director, he provides a casket for us. So during an orientation, we have the casket open. My wife make little name tag badges and put them in the casket of every child that's a part of that class. And we got a mirror in there. So we call them up one by one and make them look down in the casket, and we talk to them and we say, look, this is where you're going to wind up if you continue to live the life that you're living. If you continue to keep on messing around out here, robbing folk, going in and out of detention, your next last chance is to wind up in this box. But today, you're saying once you pull your name tag out, you're making the decision to say, I will not end up in the box. I will not end up in the penitentiary. And when they pull it out, it's like different. They come in with their pants sagging down. You know, you can already tell they got major attitude because they don't want to be there. And for them to come up to the casket, they're scared. There's no more gangster in them boys no more. You know, they're just little kids that are scared, and reality sets in like, this is where I could be, you know. And a lot of times for most of them, that orientation is like the biggest part of actually getting through to them, like, okay, I need to do something different. Maybe they can tell me something that can help me. Their goal, we ask them all what their goals are, and most of them say during orientation time that their goal is to live to see 21. So our job is to change that goal.
Wow. That is very powerful. That's almost like Scared Straight or something.
Yes.
So you go and you say, this is where you could be. And has it not occurred to them before? I mean, and you said when you were committing those crimes, part of you wanted to die. And so why do you think that is so powerful when you put them in front of that casket and say, this could be where you go next?
Most of them has created a reality, whether it's from their environment or from the music they listen to or what they watch on TV. Their reality is, I'm invincible. You know, this is not real. So putting them in front of the casket, no matter if they even went to a friend's funeral, still it seems like it doesn't register. But that moment, it registers to them. Okay, here I am, I'm looking at myself, here's my name, and I gotta reach inside of here. I remember my friend was laying in here, motionless, dead, just a shell, but now I gotta put my hand in the same place that my friend. It's something about that moment that you can see on the face of a lot of them that, you know what, it's gonna be easy changing this kid, this got him. And each week we go at them hard. We don't take it easy on them. We challenge the parents. You know, we let them know that if you don't invest in your child like we're investing in them every week, then it's almost null and void to even bring them here, because when they leave from here, they're gonna go home with you for the rest of the week. They're only with us one day out of a week. And whatever we teach them could go right out the door if you don't care. So we need you to partner with us to help your child. And
how much help do you get from the parents?
Some of them, great partnership. Some of them, you ride the bus, they'll drop them off. You can smell weed coming from the car when they in there smoking it with them, you know. Some parents, you know, you're like, okay, why don't you care about this kid, you know? It's a sad, sad sight. But some of the parents love them. I had one incident that's amazing. This dad was bringing his son every week. He never left, he stayed in. Come to find out, he shared with us after his son had graduated that he was in and out of prison himself. So him and his son had a big disconnect because most of his son's life he was in and out of prison. And his son had some resentment toward him. They didn't get along. They argued all the time. He said, but every week he would come to the class, him and his son had something to talk about. So not only was we're mentoring his child, but without us realizing it, we was mentoring the dad. And when graduation come, he said, don't you know our relationship is better? He said, not only did you help my son, but you helped me. And now we got a relationship just because of this program. Those are the things that really keep me burning with desire to continue to have that gang program and just pour into people what God had poured into me. You know, I had God pour into me, but now I want to pour what God poured into me into somebody else.
I mean, this is what is so important for our city at this time. I want to make sure people understand how they can support it. So let's say people have heard what you're saying, they want to help, a church wants to help, whatever. How can people help you do what you do?
We got a website, gentlemenandnotgangsters.com, and on that website we have a donate button, PayPal. They can give that way, or if they want to email me at mt.carmel, mbcnashville@gmail.com. They can reach us that way, or they can personally call me, 615-636-0012.
So, okay, you're very brave. You just put out your phone number. Okay,
Yeah.
that's very good. But I hope people will consider that, because this program has done some really great stuff. You have graduates. I mean, we have a minute left. Just what are some of the highlights of kids that have gone through there?
We've had some kids graduate and go on to college. Again, they only wanted to live C21. Took them to TSU to the college campus. They loved it. Now here they are in college in Florida, Memphis, several other places. We've even had some to join the military. And a lot of our graduates come back and talk to the classes that we have currently, just so they can give their testimony to them and say, hey, I was just where you was a year ago or 2 years ago, but this is where I'm at now.
Well, thank you. You need hope? Here is hope. Bishop Marcus Campbell, thank you very much for being here. Thanks to all of you for watching Issues of Faith. Have a great day, everybody.